Welcome everyone. In this video, I'm going to be demonstrating the ability of the ssured model to predict a transaction based on its description for a description that it's never seen before. So if you've watched some of my other videos, you know that finished has the ability to be trained on your transaction set from your preferred accounting package. In this case, we're using Zoho. And if if it's categorized a specific transaction in the past, for example, McDonald's or Facebook in this example, it has no problem regurgitating that. But what happens if you run across a completely new description, description it's never seen before, a vendor it's never seen before? Well, that's what we're going to do today. So, there's 262 transactions in here. I'm going to make sure that we are going to check one that doesn't exist, and then I'm going to feed that into the system by writing in a random description, right? So first, the description I'm going to put is Burger King. We're going to just make to verify here. I'm just going to do Command F and type in Burger King and see if anything is coming up, and nothing is coming up here. Go to the previous page as well. Let me just close it here and do Command F. Right, you'll start to see if anything is coming up, and no, nothing is coming up. So there's no Burger King mentioned anywhere here. Obviously that would be a food expense, but let's see if it predicts it properly. So I've already exported into our model here an only Burger King transaction. So you could look here and you can see it literally only value we're giving is description, not giving it anything else. We're only typing in the word Burger King, nothing else. And the data from the actual Zoho that we were able to pull via the API, again, the ones that you just saw are here. It's trained on this. Here are the descriptions that you saw. There's no Burger King in sight. Actually, we can go just to make sure here. You could go again to description, right? And we can do filter, go down to description here. You can see all of the transactions, right? Sorry, I scrolled up. You could see all the transactions here. And then we can simply start typing in the word burger, and immediately everything disappears because there's no Burger King, right? So that gives you an idea that this is the first time the model is running into this word, this description, this transaction, right? So boom, let's call the first part of the system. And here it's leveraging the power of any open large language model, Llama, OpenAI, Claude, Anthropic, to be able to try to guess that it's food. Obviously, not rocket science, but it is something that is outside of the purview of the data that we've trained it on. So here you can see that I've ran in the only Burger King transaction file here, and I'm going to run the model. And yeah, as you can see, it's spit out for one transaction. And correct, it has predicted, first it's predicted the vendor name based on the transaction, which is Burger King, and then it's predicted the transaction type as food. And you can see that the account ID and transaction ID are coming in as NA because it's not, it does, we don't have a transaction associated with this that we fed into it, and we don't have an account ID for this particular transaction yet. This would be a use case where we can actually create one in the future because this is the first time that we're seeing this. So that's very exciting. That's an example of it being able to use the natural language processing to be able to take a guess and come out with food. Obviously, it won't be 100% accurate. And in the case of Burger King, it's pretty straightforward, but it is outside the purview of its limited training data. And we expect this to be a really pivotal step in the right direction of that customers of ssured will appreciate. So in the other videos we're going to be making, we're going to talk about how we can translate use cases like this into their own vendor creation back. So feeding it back into your Zoho books or your accounting packages. So stay tuned for that.